Hello. I'm filming this on Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. I wanted to first start talking about what you may be at this time of your journey may be noticing. This is a very transitional time in the collective, in the history of planet Earth. We're going through a transition right now. Leaving the old paradigm behind. We have outgrown the old paradigm, and we're about to step in to a new paradigm. We're heading into the year of the Fire Horse, starting on February 17th, 2026. We're still at the tail end of the year of the Wood Snake, a year of releasing, purging, and even leading up to 2025. There's been a lot of healing, releasing, letting go of old paradigmatic thoughts and beliefs. Thoughts of limitation, living in fear. We're releasing that. Shifting into the energy of love, living with authenticity, standing in our sovereignty as creators of our lives, co-creating with the divine. At this time, what I've noticed recently, so if this is happening with me, likely it is happening with you or will be soon. As you go through this transition, you may be noticing one of the many synchronicities I'm sure that you are noticing in your rising state of awareness. You may be noticing symbolisms, images around ancient Egypt. I noticed, maybe within the past day or two, in my mind's eye, I've been seeing pyramids. And when they first appeared in my mind a day or two ago, these pyramids, they looked like they were made of gold. And that made me think of pyrite, the crystal pyrite. So I have my book of stones in front of me, and we can go through the meaning of pyrite. But the significance would be, at this point, I haven't read about the properties of pyrite. Our Egyptian, as you know, just images, as I said, around ancient Egypt. And what I noticed today, before I clicked record on this video, I saw a video. I was going through my homepage on YouTube, and there was a video, a reading about Anubis or Anubis. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It's spelled Anubis. Let me grab my iPad. I've heard of him before, but I didn't really know the details. And so that's in line, well, as I was reading about the significance of Anubis, that's when I realized, I remembered how very recently I started seeing images of pyramids in my mind. And along with seeing those golden pyramids, there was a doorway. So you may also be noticing in your mind's eye doors or doorways. and references to ancient Egypt, symbolisms surrounding ancient Egypt. And now this may not be the very first time in your life that you're noticing associations in regards to ancient Egypt. I know that for me, I've been fascinated with ancient Egypt for many years. I still don't know too much about ancient Egypt, but the fascination has been there for many years. Perhaps you're an expert on ancient Egypt, but around this time, perhaps its significance is even more noticeable at this time. Okay, so let's read about Anubis first. Okay. This is just a brief summary. The spiritual meaning of Anubis encompasses several key aspects: transformation and change. Anubis inspires individuals to embrace change and transformation, reminding us that change is essential for growth and renewal. Protector of souls. He is revered as the protector of graves and a guide for souls, reflecting ancient Egyptian beliefs about mortality and the afterlife. Guardian of secrets. Anubis is known as the silent guardian and master of secrets, often appearing unexpectedly to offer guidance. Symbolism. His symbolism sheds light on the complex beliefs and rituals of ancient Egyptian culture, emphasizing the importance of the afterlife. Overall, Anubis serves as a powerful symbol of guidance, protection, and the transformative nature of life and death. Okay, now let me just jump to the blog post that I read about him, which goes into more detail, because there's mention that he appears quite often during times of transition, which makes sense, considering that we are going through a very transitional, pivotal moment in our personal journeys, and correspondingly, that is what's happening in the collective. Okay. I found a blog post from the website called theelementalmind.com. The title of the article is Working with Anubis, a Modern Spiritual Guide. Okay, I won't necessarily read all of it, but let's see here. Let's see. The Ancient Guardian, Understanding Anubis. To work respectfully with any deity, we must first understand their historical context and significance. Anubis, known to the ancient Egyptians as Inpu or Anpu, was one of Egypt's most important gods, primarily associated with mummification and the protection of the dead on their journey to the afterlife. Contrary to popular misconception, Anubis was not a god of death itself. Rather, he was a guardian and guide through the transition. Let me repeat that. Anubis was not a god of death itself. Rather, he was a guardian and guide through the transition. So if he appears in your mind's eye, it's very significant at this point of your journey. His black jackal form represented several concepts. The color of fertile Nile soil, symbolizing regeneration. Indeed, this is a time of regeneration, renewal, rebirth. The color of decayed flesh during mummification, and the protective nature of wild dogs that guarded cemeteries in ancient Egypt. Anubis's most famous role was in the weighing of the heart ceremony, where he would measure the deceased's heart against the feather of Ma'at, truth. This judgment determined whether the soul could proceed to the afterlife or be consumed by the terrifying Amit. As such, Anubis represents not only transition, but also justice, truth, and moral accountability. Okay, now that makes sense why he would be appearing at this time to many souls within the collective during this transitional time. He symbolizes justice, truth, moral accountability. That is the world we are creating together at this time. Okay. Let's go through this section as well. Why work with Anubis today? In our modern world of constant change and uncertainty, Anubis offers several profound spiritual gifts. 1. Guidance through transitions. Whether facing career changes, relationship endings, or other major life shifts. That stood out to me. Other major life shifts. We are definitely going through a major pivotal shift. Anubis helps navigate these threshold experiences. Yes, we are on the threshold. Which is why, as I mentioned, you may be seeing doors or doorways in your mind's eye during meditation or just sitting in silence, whatever your routine may be. Okay. Number 2, protection during vulnerable times. Just as he protected the dead on their journey, Anubis can offer spiritual protection during periods of vulnerability. You may be feeling extra vulnerable at this time, feeling emotional. You are purging. Your body is intelligent. Whether you do it consciously or not, whether you set out to do anything, any releasing work consciously, your body, if something wants to come out, it's going to come out. So maybe around this time, you're feeling an uprising of emotions like anxiety, grief, and they just kind of burst from you. It's all happening for a reason. Releasing to welcome in the new. Making space for new energies. We're being energetically prepared. Okay, number 3, assistance in shadow work. Anubis' association with the underworld makes him an ideal guide for those exploring their own psychological shadows and hidden aspects. Number 4, comfort with mortality. In a culture that often denies death, working with Anubis can help develop a healthier relationship with our own mortality. 5, aid in ancestral work. For those working with ancestral healing or communication, Anubis can serve as an intermediary and guide. Okay. Creating sacred space for Anubis. If you feel called to work with Anubis, creating a dedicated altar or sacred space can help focus your practice. Consider including 1. Images of Anubis, statues, artwork, or printed images of the god in his jackal form. 2. Black candles, representing his connection to the underworld and transformation. 3. Frankincense or myrrh, traditional Egyptian incenses. 4. Ankh symbols, representing eternal life. 5. Turquoise or lapis lazuli, stones sacred in ancient Egyptian spiritual practice. That reminds me, I recently, within the past maybe 3 days or so, went to a couple of crystal stores, and I was particularly intent on buying lapis lazuli. I wanted to get a lapis lazuli sphere. They were sold out. I ended up just getting this piece, a palm stone, I believe, in the meantime. Lapis lazuli. Okay, see, all these pieces are the breadcrumbs that the universe offers you, and then it's like they're just so playful. We're playing with each other. It's a symbiotic relationship, a playfulness, putting the pieces together. Okay. Okay, number 6, a small scale. symbolizing his role in the weighing of hearts. Okay, and it does represent justice, right? Items representing personal transitions, objects symbolizing changes you're currently navigating. Place your altar in a quiet location, ideally in the western area of your home, the direction associated with the afterlife in Egyptian tradition. Consider setting boundaries around this space. Anubis is a powerful presence and deserves respectful treatment. Okay, we'll stop there, but very interesting. All right. So let's look up the properties. I'm curious about pyrite. I know that it's called fool's gold. And I was also, when I was at one of the crystal stores, I did look at pyrite as well. All right. Pyrite. Key words: masculine energy, manifestation, action, vitality, willpower, creativity, confidence. Chakras: solar plexus, that's the third chakra. Element: earth. Physical: supports male reproductive health, aids in fighting infection. Emotional properties or benefits: encourages mastering fear and taking assertive action. Spiritual: promotes positive attitude and strong resolve, banishes negativity. Pyrite is an iron sulfide mineral with the cubic or octahedral crystal system and a hardness of 6 to 6.5. Its name is derived from the Greek word for fire. Okay, and I think I mentioned we're heading into the year of the fire horse. Important deposits are in Italy, Spain, and Peru. Pyrite is excellent for increasing the power of the third chakra in both men and women. It imparts an immediate increase in vitality. It enhances willpower, assisting one in overcoming bad habits and establishing new patterns of health and positive energy. It aids one in overcoming anxiety and helps one establish a can-do attitude about whatever one has decided to attempt. It can screen out negative influences and give one the courage to banish them. Pyrite can be a helpful tool for balancing polarities and creating harmony within the auric field. Pyrite stimulates creativity in art, mathematics, sculpture, architecture, science, and other disciplines. It feeds the qualities of ambition, commitment, and persistence. It increases mental clarity and focus. It supports one in taking assertive action and developing the inner warrior for the benefit of the community. For men, it enhances masculinity and supports the sublime and enthusiastic expression of male eroticism. Pyrite harmonizes with zincite and carnelian for male sexuality. Prehnite, heliodor, Libyan gold tektite, golden labradorite, and citrine help pyrite strengthen third chakra energies. For grounding purposes, pyrite's ideal companion is hematite or hematite. Okay, solar plexus. But it is also, one of the key words is creativity, which I associate with the sacral chakra. Okay. All right. So let's see, where shall we go now? Let's do a short reading. Whoop. Let's use the numerology guidance cards. This card, Pride, number 19. Let's just put it back. All right. But that just makes me think that Spirit wants you to take pride in how much you've evolved to reach this pivotal time, this transitional moment. Ooh, speaking of creativity, there you go. Creativity, yellow. Number 3. You may be seeing threes. 333, for example. 3, I also associate with expansion. The Empress card in the Tarot and the 3 of Wands. You may be feeling more optimistic. This also, the yellow makes me think of the Sun card in the Tarot. You may be feeling more optimistic, but as I mentioned, you may be going through a roller coaster of emotions. Maybe you're feeling more emotional at times. Just out of the blue, you feel like crying. The tears start to flow. But in between those times, you're feeling more peaceful. You're getting more playful and creative. You're having more fun. And you feel more optimistic. I know recently, yes, within the past couple of days, I even heard myself say, I'm happy. Look at this. I just mentioned you may be seeing threes. 333. So this card, we have communication. More yellows as well. Number 33. 333. 2122 when I looked at the timer. Okay. Creativity. Communication. Okay. You're using your throat chakra, speaking with more authenticity, confidence. Your inner power is growing, expanding. And 33, I associate with, well, it's a master number, which stands for master, healer, and teacher. So you are meant to be a guide or teacher somehow in this lifetime. Okay, 56. Relationship change. 56 reduces to an 11. You may also be seeing 1111. I am sure you are noticing so many number synchronicities at this time. We're noticing the blue, symbolizing the throat chakra, which we mentioned. Relationship change. Okay, I think love also wants to come in. I saw 2233 on the timer. Romantic love has been showing up in my recent readings. And look at this, 22, another master number. Sacral chakra, we mentioned the sacral chakra, right? In regards to creativity. Intuition, oh yes. You're learning to trust your intuition more and more. You're receiving more confirmation through, as an example, number synchronicities, but many other forms of synchronicities that only is a confirmation from your inner knowing, manifesting in the material, that indeed you can trust your intuition. So I'm seeing so far yellow for the solar plexus chakra, blue heart chakra, blue throat chakra, green heart chakra, orange sacral chakra. Yeah, you're balanced. Your chakras are balanced. Rebirth, yes, I think I also mentioned rebirth in reading about Anubis. Yep, this is a rebirth. We are birthing the new earth. We are all a part of this manifestation. Number 16. You may be also noticing the number 7, 77. 717, 777, etc. Yep. We're transitioning out with the old, in with the new. You have stepped into your new empowered self. Spirit has been preparing you. Spirit has been preparing us. Look at this. Wow, lots of double-digit numbers. 88, abundance. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Page of Pentacles, studious, practical, grounded, focused. You are very grounded. Page of Pentacles makes me think of curiosity, the inner child. And we mentioned the inner child, how you're getting more playful. You may love to learn new things. A lifelong learner. And with all the knowledge and experience that you have, you can help support others. We mentioned Master number 33, Master Healer and Teacher. Anything to add, Spirit? Yep. Death. Speaking of Anubis and this transformative time, this transition that we're going through together as a collective. Change, transformation, thresholds. There's that word. I wrote that down. That's the only word I wrote down in my notebook. And there's a horse, yep, heading into the year of the fire horse. We are on the threshold. More momentum, passion. And you've already been feeling those energies. An increase in enthusiasm. Feeling more inspired. Getting more creative. And once in a while, you may get tired. I know yesterday I felt quite sleepy. I was yawning a lot. It's all happening for a reason. We're being prepared. And yes, even today, maybe like an hour before I started recording, I had a good cry. Temperance, harmony, moderation, right action. Balance is being restored. That's sticking to the theme of balance. We have the Six of Pentacles. Giving, receiving, charity, equity, fair exchange of energies, of giving and receiving. And I'm noticing the scales. And we read about the scale when learning about Anubis. Yep, and that makes me think of justice. Another one of the symbolisms of Anubis, justice. The moon, the unknown, illusion, psychic awareness. Yeah. Intuition. Your intuition is only going to increase, keep getting sharper. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. Okay, adventurous, curious, excited about life. Yes, you're feeling more optimistic, enthusiastic. Ace of Pentacles. Investment, material gain, opportunities. Material opportunities. Abundance. And in regards to, I did mention you're likely seeing so many number synchronicities. I have been noticing lately also eights. I've been noticing seeing triple eights lately. Yeah, and the 8, it makes me think of the infinity symbol, as well as the principle of correspondence, as within, so without, as above, so below. The Hanged Man, patience, perspective, surrender. Yes, you've learned to surrender. Trust that all is happening for a reason, that there is a divine purpose for this time of stillness. Patience is a huge lesson. Can be quite challenging. The 9 of Pentacles, self-sufficiency, prosperity, luxury. Yep. You're manifesting while you rest. You are manifesting a life of ease. You are manifesting stability. You are manifesting your true state of being, which is peace, inner stability, harmony, balance. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. Opportunities. New beginnings. Final message, 3300 when I looked at the timer. Okay, 8 of Cups. How apropos. Leaving the past behind. Rebirth. Transformation. Okay. Oh, we didn't get anything on the relationship change. Relationship change? Ha 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 ha. Beautiful. Confirmation. Love. A balanced love is being magnetized to you. 2 of Cups. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful journey. Take care.